First, before I say anything, I want to say I send my thoughts and prayers to Morice Norris. Um, if you didn't see the game, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, a defensive player for the Lions, a young 24-year-old named Morice Norris, tried to make a tackle on Nate Carter, a running back for the Falcons, and he accidentally hit his head on his leg, and his neck just snapped back, and he did not move at all. And he was down for a while. They brought out the ambulance. They got him in a stretcher. It looked bad. Like, there's football has a lot of injuries, but this is one of the more serious ones. And it's one of those ones when it happens in a preseason game. There's more things important than football, and I think that's what we saw today. I saw something tonight that I've never seen any team do before, and I want to say thank you to the Atlanta Falcons and the NFL referees who made the right decision to call off the game. Basically, what they did was, after he got carted off the field, the Falcons hiked the ball, and then they just stood there. Both teams just stood there and just let the clock run. And it was like 14 minutes and 50 seconds, and they decided just to let it run. And to the point where it ran to like 6 minutes, and that's when the NFL said, you know what, we're just calling the game. And I love football, but I'm not gonna forsake my humanity for it. That was a class act by Raheem Morris, by the NFL, by Dan Campbell, for everyone. This is just preseason. It's not that big of a deal. When it comes to the Lions, a lot of teams have had significant injuries that are heartbreaking, but the Lions have had quite a fair share. I go back to Mike Utley back in 1991. He got paralyzed. Lions made that their rallying cry. They made it to the NFC Championship game. Mike Utley never played again because of that injury. He was paralyzed. He never walked again. The game where Barry Sanders broke 2,000 yards, everyone remembers that, but people forget there was a linebacker named Reggie Brown, and he got paralyzed in that game, and he had the ambulance off. He's walking, but he's never played again. The Lions are the only team to have a player literally die on the field. If you look it up, there's a player named Chuck Hughes. He was a wide receiver. This was, I think, in the 60s or 70s. And he collapsed from a heart attack right on the field. There's a picture of Dick Butkus standing over him, and he's waving to the people like he was in trouble. And because of that, his death, they retired his number, even though players have since been allowed to wear it through the blessing of a family. But I've never seen anything like this where both teams agreed to stop the play, and they circled in prayer, because this is they might be opposing teams, but at the end of the day, they are a brotherhood, because football is a violent sport, and they gotta they go out of their way to take care of each other, and I hope they do a good job of taking care of this young kid who's the sad thing is he's part of the third string or fourth string. We don't know what his future holds. So he's trying to make the team, and now that's taken away from him. So I hope the Lions do the right thing and just take care of him and his family. I don't know what the right solution is, but do what's right. Take care of that family, because you hate to see something like that. And my thoughts and prayers are to him. When I'm making this video, I was thinking about, giving my analysis of the game, but that's really not important. I might talk about it in my next video when I cover the Dolphins game, but at this point, like, seeing what happened tonight kind of just put things in perspective. Like, there's bigger things, and I feel like breaking it down would do a disservice to what happened tonight. So that's kind of where my head is at, and so I mean, I don't really have much else to say other than my thoughts and prayers are to Morice Norris and his family and his close people. I hope he gets a healthy recovery, and I guess that'll be it for me. I mean, until my next video, go Morice Norris.